Everybody, welcome to my channel, Be Free Now with Maria. So today I'm going to start out with my bag of words to see what I'm inspired to share. All right, let's see. First word, dream. Okay, let me move this over here. Put dream down here. Let's see what else. Quality. All right, quality. I've gotten that word a few times already. All right, but there's more to be said. All right, let's see. And last but not least, committed. Wow, starting to get a feel like this is all right, it's something to do with work. I don't know why work is coming to my mind, but it is. Let me see. It's because when I think of dream, right, I think of like what we dream for ourselves. And usually we tend to think a lot about our work or our personal life, right? We dream about what we want to see for ourselves. And, along the way, we tend to start out with all these good intentions, but we get caught up with some of our beliefs, some of our fears, and we find ourselves getting stuck, feeling blocked, because we get too stuck in our heads. And yeah, we lose our way along the way. But ultimately, right, what we want to do is shift ourselves from that space. And a good way to do that, right, is to pause every step of the way. In other words, start out with doing something, right? Like, let's say you're dreaming about something. Start out with dreaming about that and then thinking about what do I need to do, right, to start getting some of this moving, right, getting it off the ground, whatever it is, right? And then, as we're going along, right, we're going to feel overwhelmed, or we're going to doubt ourselves, or we're going to feel stressed out, and we want to pause. I mean, we also may feel excited and joy as well. And those are the moments where, right, we feel good, so we don't think we need to pause, but it's good to pause for that as well. In other words, we want to explore, right? It's like, oh, I'm feeling good. This is a good thing. What's motivating this, right? What's bringing this joy about? Because we want to learn from that as well. Because if there is a situation that's causing it, we want to learn about that, right? Because in some way that situation is motivating us. So whether it's, a positive emotion or, an emotion that feels heavier, then yeah, we want to pause. We want to learn from all of our emotions, because the more we do, the more we understand what's motivating us, what weighs us down, and so forth, because we're going to use that information, right, to guide us, to bring us more and more towards the dream that we have, whether it's work related or personal. But for some reason, work came to me, first in my mind, because I think that a lot of times, just like in relationships, we tend to get stuck where we're working, even if we're not really feeling good there, almost like there's this limited option for us, when in reality, we can create more options, even if they appear to be limited in the moment because of the circumstances that are existing in the moment. We can start cultivating things so that we expand, our opportunities, or our possibilities, right, in terms of what opportunities that are available to us, in relation to work. But again, we can apply this to relationships as well, right? And the other word is, the two others is quality and committed, which quality, right, it's always about like what we're putting into it, right? How much quality we're putting into it. In other words, we don't necessarily have to spend, let's say an hour, right? When we pause, we can spend 5 minutes, but we want that to be quality, right? A quality of 5 minutes. Like, in other words, like really authentically being honest with ourselves, because when we're being honest with ourselves, then yeah, the quality of those 5 minutes are going to be really good for us. They're going to give us exactly what we need, even though we didn't spend an hour. I mean, look, if we have an hour and we can do that, great. But if we can't, then that's okay too. We start with what we have and what we're able to tolerate, but we want to be really honest with ourselves, because if we try to sugarcoat things for ourselves or make excuses, we're going to get distracted. Excuses are just things that we use, right, to give us a reason why, but we don't need a reason why. We need honesty, more so than anything else, because the honesty is what's going to give us the self-awareness that we need, that's going to then help us move, right, a little further along the line. So we want to go with that, and we want to be committed to what it is that we say we want. In other words, if we have this desire, then we want to be committed to the steps that will get us there. And even if they're small steps, we want to take them. But we don't need necessarily, to take big steps or to spend extensive amount of time. But we need consistency, and we need to be committed to it, because through that commitment, we build. We build momentum, but we also build stamina as we go along, and we gain more, as we're going along through the journey. So quality, does matter, and sometimes gives us more than even quantity, right? We can, pause for an hour and not necessarily get what we can get in 5 to 10 minutes when we're being honest with ourselves, and we dare to look at what we're feeling and what we're thinking and what actions we're taking because of it, right? So those are the 3 things we want to focus on, right? Because those 3 things are going to give us more of what we want. And last but not least, I also want to add that if you're feeling really overwhelmed and you're finding yourself feeling blocked and not being able to be honest with yourself, then connect with spirit. In other words, just take that time to just connect with spirit. Do a prayer, do a meditation, anything that allows a shift to happen from the stress that's going on in your mind at that time, right? Because even that, while it may not seem like a moment of reflection, it's a moment of connection. And that connection has a lot of power as well. We don't walk alone, and we don't have to do this journey alone. So we want to remember, right, that is a resource for us. Oh, and another thing, I did shuffle my deck before I start, so I will pick a card, the top card from this deck here, the Untethered Soul. And let's see what else I can add with that. Let's see. It says true freedom is very close. It's just on the other side of the walls. I love that because it is so true. Our freedom is on the other side of the wall, but we need to connect with it. And every time we connect with spirit, we are connecting with our freedom. Why? Because that is where our true freedom lies, right? It is in that connection, and it is in that stillness that all else, right, just disappears, and we are able to find our peace. Now, this is not something, right, that we're able to do the first time we sit down and quiet our minds, but over time we can build ourselves up to it and learn to create peace and a connection that gives us a sense of freedom when we take the time to cultivate that experience. So it is a journey. It is something that takes time, but we can cultivate it. It just requires our commitment. And when we are in that space, to give it the quality that it needs so that we can reach the dreams that we desire to dream. Okay, I'm going to end with that. I hope this video helps you in some way and that you have a beautiful day. If it did, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified when further videos are uploaded. You can always also share it so that it reaches more people and helps more people along their journey as well. Okay, I'll end with that. Have a beautiful day. Bye.